Hi, this is Pat and Bonnie with the Pat Bolger Realty Group, and today we're doing some viewer mail. The first question, and wait, I want to thank you for that. The folks that are asking questions or writing in comments, we really appreciate that. Anyway, the first question we got is from Rick from Genesee Depot, and Rick's question is really kind of basic. He just simply asks is how important is staging a home? It's a great question. We do staging at the Pat Bolger Realty Group. It's one of our services that we offer. We offer a free staging, and it's very important. Now there is staging. There's staging is one of the things I happen to mention is a lot of times people see HGTV, which is so important nowadays and things, and what you see on HGTV sometimes is pretty extreme. I mean, these guys, that's not so much staging as sometimes just kind of coming in and redoing a whole house. I mean, taking out walls, redoing kitchens, bathrooms, everything, and then bringing in furniture that, you know, that's not your typical staging. And the typical staging is we have an interior decorator or our stager will come in, our staff want to come into your home and meet with you and maybe make some suggestions. And sometimes it's just simple as just getting rid of some clutter. Sometimes it's moving some furniture away, adding some color, maybe doing some repainting. And then sometimes too, they do suggest maybe bringing in some furniture also that they think would make the property pop. Today, we're at one of my homes I have listed out on Beach Road, out on Conwalk Lake. This is a fabulous house, by the way. I don't mean to plug it or anything, but I guess I do. It is for sale for $1.29, and it's an awesome home. And why I'm actually wanted to mention it is because this home we staged, and so the home was completely vacant, and there was just these lovely bones of the home, but a lot of people had trouble picturing how they would use the property and stuff. And so we had our stager come in and stage this home now. Now the home itself was taken completely down to the studs and rebuilt. I mean, there's new floors in here. They removed walls, added windows, electrical. There's new kitchens, new bathrooms. It's got over 200 feet of wonderful lake frontage. It's a lot. It's, I think, how was it, 3 or 4 acre lot? Yeah. You know, and some of the nicest views of a Conwalk Lake that you'd ever see. And again, and at a very reasonable price. For a Conwalk Lake, this is about as good as it gets. And be able to get on a Conwalk Lake in $1.2 million is it's unheard of at one point. But the home itself, these people, they hired a professional architect who came in, and he did exactly what we talked about on HGTV. He took down walls and he redid flooring, and they redid the bathrooms and kitchens and everything. I mean, this is, for all practical purposes, a brand new home.
And it's 4,000 square feet. It's a large home.
Over 4,000 square feet, yeah.
Over 4,000 square feet. So from the road, you can't really see that. But once you get in here, it's just gorgeous and beautiful.
And so full disclosure, Bonnie did a lot of the staging herself. So she's got incredibly good taste and stuff. And so she did some of the staging herself. And we're going to actually show you a shot of one of her phases. She built totem poles, believe it or not. So we have one of Bonnie's totem poles here that we're going to display for you. Now, at Conwalk Lake, as we talked about, is one of the nicest lakes out here in all of Conwalk, in all of Lake Country rather, because it's basically like having a private lake. You know, there's hardly anybody. Here we are on a beautiful Thursday afternoon. It's 80 degrees and there's not a boat on the lake. You know, so it's just an incredible spot. So Rick, thanks for the question on staging, and I guess my final answer would be staging is very important, and that's why we offer it as one of our services now. And nowadays, I guess one other thing is, Bonnie, and you correct me if I'm wrong on this, but folks don't really want to do anything anymore and stuff, and sometimes and some people don't have any vision either, I think. You know, I mean, you know, Bonnie and I get in a lot of homes and stuff, and we can look at something and say, well, geez, if the floors were nicer, this would be a great home, or if the walls were painted, this would. But many people don't have that vision, you know, and they don't even want to. I mean, I remember having a fellow one time tell me that he had blue carpeting, and his wife and him, he was a psychiatrist, and they built their dream home, and the wife loved blue, so they had blue carpeting. And he said people kept coming in and telling him that they didn't like the blue carpeting, So, well, change the carpeting, yeah, right? It's as simple as that, but the people didn't do it. So the staging kind of gets us back to that, is it's more than simply just, you know, they are simply, just like the name implies, they're going to come in, and we are you could try to set a stage, so that people can picture themselves having a Thanksgiving dinner there, or entertaining their friends, or raising their family in that home. And that's what staging is all about. So it's very important. And it can go from a little to a lot, I guess. It can run the gauntlet from just a couple of splashes of color to the full, blown remodel.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks again, Rick. Great question. I'm a realtor. I tend to talk too much, so I'm getting waved off by the producer. So this is Pat and Bonnie with the Pat Bulger Realty Group. Thanks for watching. And keep those questions coming.